I was right. I heard Tuvok and Chakotay and the doctor. You're an alien. You created all these hallucinations, haven't you?
This is what my species does. At the moment just before death, one of us comes to help you understand what's happening, to make the crossing over an occasion of joy.
And what is that?
Our matrix.
This world is a really absurd and horrible place. Living beings are brought here regardless of their will, as nobody remembers consenting to any of this. Then we are forced to endure struggles, pain and suffering, and we must feed on each other to survive. All living beings must also experience physical death, which can be scary and painful, and the body fights against this inevitable result. There basically is no easy way to leave this place, and all of this happens for no good reason, seemingly, but maybe there is a reason, albeit not a good one. For example, when a lion eats a gazelle, the gazelle feels a lot of pain, but the lion feels pleasure and becomes nourished by eating the gazelle. When some child worker in Asia makes shoes for pennies, a billionaire profits off their labor, they see their stock portfolio go up, and they are pleased as they accumulate more wealth and power. Due to whatever reason, life demands pain and suffering. However, usually there is something profiting off this pain and suffering, as with the lion and the gazelle, and the child worker and the billionaire. Perhaps it's the same for suffering itself. What if there is a malevolent creator and other entities that feed off the misery happening in the world? In this case, procreating would be like making a blood sacrifice to this god and feeding their unending appetite for our emotional energy. The Gnostics had ideas like this, where the material world was created by a malevolent lower god called the Demiurge. He and other beings known as Archons would feed off the suffering happening on Earth. I am an agnostic, but I think there might be something to this idea. However, the Gnostics also thought that there was a higher god called the Monad, and that we can actually escape this prison planet through what's called Gnosis, which basically means acquiring the correct spiritual knowledge. Here I am not so sure I entirely agree, or maybe I am missing something, but there's this concept called the Epicurean paradox. Basically, if God is all-powerful and all-good, then he would not allow evil, but evil exists, so either God is not all-powerful or all-good. Basically, if any of these Gnostic theories are true, and the monad exists, then they allowed the demiurge to exist, or were unable to prevent it. Also, it seems they are not doing much to help people trapped in this world. Secondly, look at pigs in a factory farm. Even if a pig became aware of its situation, that it is imprisoned, and it knew where the exits were, it might still not be able to escape because the farm is built to contain the pig. But even if the pig did escape, where would it end up? In nature, which is another prison, where the pig would have to fight to survive. And it hasn't lived in nature before, so it doesn't really know how to do that. Maybe nature provides more freedom than a factory farm, but it's still not an ideal place. Basically, I would say existence in this universe is a mistake, or some kind of cruel experiment. I think non-existence is preferable to this hellhole, but we are kind of stuck here for better or worse, and we have to deal with the situation. The best we can do is make no further sacrifices to the blood god and try to cope with life as best we can. Some near-death experiences describe going into a light or being advised by spirit guides, some of whom may impersonate dead loved ones, to return to this place to complete some kind of mission. If this happens, I suppose we should turn the other way and leave, but I haven't had these experiences myself, so I don't really know what happens or how it works. Remember to like and subscribe, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and see you again in the next video. Okay, thanks, bye.